Will MrBeast be the next president? Will Elon Musk subdivide the moon? And what industry will survive AI? And stay to the end to hear if AI will pay a pension to humans.
Well, Elon Musk, is he going to be the world's first trillionaire? We're going to be talking all sorts of things around SpaceX, and not just SpaceX and where it's going to go and what it's going to do, but what is actually going to be the fallout from all of this.
Before you go on that, yes, I think he's already the first trillionaire.
Yeah.
By the way, but I saw something very interesting the other night, and it said this guy predicted 4 years ago that politicians won't be the people we'll follow. It'll be the billionaires and the billionaires and the tech giants and whatever, people like the Gateses and the Elon Musks and whatever. I mean, they are the people that are going to have more influence than the president of the United States of America. Now, of course, it hasn't quite happened in China and Russia, but it has happened to America.
Yeah.
Elon Musk for president?
Well, who knows? Who knows? I saw that MrBeast actually not long ago was saying that he's thinking about it. But, that's the crazy thing. If MrBeast went and ran for president, the only thing holding him back is that a lot of his supporters are under 21. So for those who don't know, who might not know who MrBeast is the world's #1 YouTuber, has the most subscribers. Like, we're talking, I think it's hundreds of million subscribers. And he's on his way to being the first YouTuber, I believe it is, that could have potentially 1 billion subscribers.
I think he's just passed 500 million.
Yeah, right. It's unbelievable, right? So this whole new online world is absolutely like what you said.
Going nuts.
It's gone to a whole new level now, and there's never been like we've been saying in previous weeks, there's never been a time that you really must be switched on and aware of this stuff, because this is happening right now. So I want to run a couple of things by you, Greg. The first thing I want to run by you is our good friend Elon Musk.
Yes.
The world's first trillionaire. I think we'll just say it because it's going to happen.
No, it's happened.
So where does this leave us? Where does this leave the world now that we've got this guy that is so powerful that he could literally do anything that he wants at this stage? I mean, he's talking about, having land on the moon.
I think he wants to subdivide it.
Yes. So how we subdivide land here, let's just subdivide the moon. How on earth do we even decide how this works?
Well, who owns it? Who can subdivide it? And whatever. He said he wants to put a data center on there because it's better for the environment, because data centers apparently in the world is not good for our environment. He's saying, I'm going to put a data center. Oh, just by the way, when we say a data center, what does he mean? Do you know what a data center is?
Well, a data center essentially is it's essentially a place that needs to be built that we build. Because once again, I'll say this, we don't actually know whether we are or not going to need these things and how long they're going to last. But essentially, we need to have a large area, a large amount of computing power to be able to run all these AIs and everything that's going on. Now, it's a much more technical than that. I've given it a very high-level overview. But essentially, what we don't actually know is that these data centers could potentially be all good one day and be valid, but the next day they might not be.
It could be evil.
Right? Well, it could be. That's another thing again. But like, I don't know if you've seen how in America, I can't remember what state it is. It's somewhere where there's just millions and millions of battery-powered cars that are just dead now because whatever reason the battery died, and now they're just sitting there. So that's what the fear is about these data centers. So I understand where he's coming from, but what are we going to do? Just put a whole pile of junk and crap on the moon? Like, where does this this end?
Well, he's got a lot of money to pull off whatever he's going to pull off.
Yeah.
I mean, and now Bernie Sanders, he must see that the crazy mad professor, ex-politician, I don't know what he is, but he was saying that data centers are so influential and so powerful, they need to be regulated. So there's obviously something regulated by who? Why?
Well, the government needs to regulate. There needs to be
how?
regulation and oversight on the whole thing. We've been talking about AI for years now. Elon Musk warned of this, and not just Elon Musk, to be fair. We keep talking Elon Musk, but people who are in the know in AI warned of this years ago. I remember watching a Joe Rogan podcast geez, it would have been 2018, and had one of the head robotic guys from Hanson Robotics saying all this, and he's saying, oh, yeah, it's this, and the singularity is going to happen, and this is where AI becomes more powerful than all other AI, and they're just talking about it like this is just going to happen, everything's going to be fine, and we don't actually know that. So anyway, it's an interesting world that we're in right now. So I want to know, Greg, because you're a very experienced character and you've seen lots of different areas and lots of different things that have come and gone and different technologies and all sorts of things. And some technologies that everyone thought was going to take over the world and didn't end up taking over the world and things like that. So I know we've spoke a little bit about this because this podcast is essentially about people trying to grow and get better as well. So what are some of the other things that, if people wanted to work with the power of this AI, what are some of the things that a human can do? I want to touch back on this stuff again because we always try and bring this back to the human thing. And you talk about that they can never replace a human from an emotional standpoint, from
they can't.
All these things, right?
You can't.
So what are some of the industries that you feel that AI will not touch? Because I know it's going to touch virtually everything, but what are some of the industries that you feel is going to be a real strength in the future that AI can't, or is going to really struggle to?
Oh, I think in the building industry, I think that climbing under buildings, climbing up buildings, doing things that you've got to think about on the spot. And as you watch people like electricians or plumbers and people like that, you can't replace it because everything's different. Everything needs it's too much. So I think tradesmen, they're going to boom. There's no doubt about it. So get a trade, be very skilled at what you're doing. Some of the industries that are in big trouble is law firms because now law firms are saying, we don't need young lawyers. We can now get AI to do what the young lawyers. But then somebody said, but then there's a long-term problem is because when all your old senior partners retire, you don't have the new partners coming in to take their spot. So it's a catch-22.
Yeah, absolutely.
You lose by not doing it. You lose by doing it. And it's an interesting one, isn't it? So in the long run, you're always going to need your senior partners. So you're going to have your junior partners. I mean, there's a whole interesting funnel, but which industries, I think we need to take a strong look at it. The world has always, and I think back to when I was young and there was computers came and different types of things that arrived. Everybody said this is the end of the world, but we reinvented ourselves. Other things came out of it. We're very good at, so we had this discussion over the dinner table with my son and his girlfriend and my girlfriend, and we all talked about it. And of course, I said the world can reinvent itself. My son said, and he's 30, he said, I don't think we can. So you see, and he hasn't seen what I've seen, but then again, he's thinking in a different space to me. So I always love to have these discussions over the dinner table to say what people, and there we are, he's saying black, I'm saying white. So we don't know. But I think we'll reinvent, my take is we'll reinvent ourselves. But there are a list of industries. We probably need to sit down and look at all the industries that can really strive and do well because of AI.
Yeah.
Okay, and because of where it's going.
Definitely. Yeah. There's a bunch of things. I think you mentioned the building industry, absolutely. And I think there's going to be a whole plethora of skilled people coming through, but it's just a matter of what's going to happen in the future. So I wanted to quickly talk about the future as well. Our good friend Elon said again that there's just going to be like a universal basic income. Oh, well, tell us about this.
Well, I heard him say this. He said that there's going to be 8 billion robots. People, even people are going to have a robot in their house doing the washing and ironing and whatever.
Well, the manufacturing of them is going to become so low, right? Because there's going to be robots making robots.
Well, yeah, as I said before, they've got in all these sweatshops around the Philippines and whatever, they're wearing these helmets that have got a camera and they're recording everything the sweatshops are doing. So the sweatshops, they'll be gone.
Yeah.
You think about the Philippines and other places like that where they have housemaids and they have drivers and chauffeurs. You've got cars being driven by robots and technology. You've got people doing housekeeping with robots. You've got people in sweatshops replaced with robots. No jobs in the Philippines.
No.
He said that what we need is we're going to have to get AI is going to have to pay a pension to people.
Yeah.
It's almost like a handout, like everybody's on the dole.
So we're going to have $8.5 billion people in the world on the dole. That can't end. That'll end fine, won't it? That'll
end bad.
When people have got so much time on their hands, that's going to be completely fine, won't it?
No, that'll be horrible. I mean, what do you do? Nobody's got anything to do. I mean, some people have said that I think that's what Bernie Sanders is saying. We need to legislate against this. We need to say you can't do this and you can't do that because it's not good for the future of the world. He said people need to think bigger. We're not thinking bigger about the dangers. I think we are. People are scared to think bigger about what the dangers are.
Well, the thing is that people don't know what the dangers are going to be. That's the problem.
No, we don't know what the dangers are. I do know one thing. I want to get up in the morning and do something. I want to strive and vision. One of the things we can do, we've all got vision. We've all got inspiration about what can happen. I mean, you and I, we often talk about this, and a few ideas you and I throw around are very simple ideas. So, and you've said, and I've said, everybody could have thought of that, but guess what?
Yeah,
they didn't.
That's right, they didn't.
But it was right there in front of them.
Yeah,
and I don't think AI would have thought. Think of the idea you and I threw around yesterday.
Yeah.
AI wouldn't have thought of it.
No, it needs to have a basis of something before it can go any further.
Yeah, and because it didn't, because this idea that you and I saw could make a lot of money. The reality is that idea has never happened.
Yeah.
So in other words, AI can't know that idea.
Yeah.
So they don't have that vision, and vision's powerful.
You never know yet, right? There could be consciousness in the future. Who knows? Anyone watch The Terminator? I keep saying The Terminator, but there could be consciousness.
Then,
I don't want to live out The Terminator, though.
Bill Gates is talking about it as well. He jumped out of the cake and he said, well, the way I see it, we need to get rid of 3 billion people on the earth.
I reckon we start with him. That's my vote. The evil doctor.
No, the reality is all the people who are financially well off will be the ones that stay. You bet. We all need to be entrepreneurial.
Yeah, we all need to find a way. That's the beautiful thing about capitalism, is that you can find a way, and this is the last wave that we believe we can really take advantage of. And we're going to have some things that are going to come up in the next few weeks. So we're really looking forward to that, of people who are looking outside the box. But Greg, it's been a pleasure again.
Thank you.
See you next week.
Okay.